Engines roar, tree shakers clamp down, and almonds fall like a brown rain. That spectacle hides months of pruning, irrigation, and pollination, and a stealth war with ground squirrels that can cost tens of thousands per. What does it take to deliver a flawless nut to your pantry? Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Here's an amazing fact. Every year, farms in the United States produce about 3.6 billion pounds of almonds, and nearly 80% of them come from California's Central Valley. Spanning 1.5 million acres, these orchards make America the center of the almond industry. Chances are, the almonds in your cereal bowl, almond milk, or even almond butter on your toast were born right here. But success doesn't come easy. Farmers have to contend with hot summers, water shortages, and pests. And then there's the unexpected enemy, the California ground squirrel. They look like mischievous little creatures. But in reality, they gnaw on young plants, strip bark, dig burrows, and chew up irrigation pipes. Left unchecked, a squirrel colony can destroy hundreds of young trees and cost $20,000 to $30,000 in damage in a single season. In this episode, we follow the journey of the almond tree, from seeding, tending, and fertilizing, witnessing orchards bursting into white roses, to harvest time when machines. Then we step inside the modern factories that produce these delicious almonds. Learn about farmers' toughest battles, how they fight back against ground squirrels with fencing, traps, natural predators, and smart land management. The big question is, how do you protect a fragile crop that still produces billions of pounds of produce each year? Find out. The almond story begins each February, when farmers plant thousands of young seedlings across California's fertile Central Valley. Timing is everything. Planting just before spring allows the trees to establish strong roots before the intense summer heat arrives. Each sapling is carefully spaced so its canopy can spread without competing for sunlight or nutrients. From the moment those seedlings touch the soil, constant care is required. Almond trees are thirsty by nature, demanding more water than many other crops. To balance productivity with conservation, growers rely on drip irrigation systems, delivering precise amounts of water straight to the roots. This approach reduces waste while ensuring the trees never suffer from stress during critical growth. Nutrition plays a vital role as well. Farmers enrich the soil with a mix of organic compost and mineral fertilizers, adding nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus to boost tree vigor and nut production. Seasonal soil tests guide adjustments, ensuring that every orchard remains balanced and fertile. Pruning is another essential task. In winter, skilled crews trim branches to shape the tree, remove diseased wood, and open the canopy for better air circulation. These cuts may look severe, but they help prevent fungal infections and prepare the trees for higher yields. By the third year, orchards transform into breathtaking seas of pink and white blossoms. This short bloom period is critical. Without pollination, there would be no almonds. That's why farmers bring in millions of honeybees, often renting hives from beekeepers across the country. Each bee works tirelessly, transferring pollen from flower to flower, turning a delicate bloom into the promise of a nut. The cooperation between bees and farmers highlights how fragile the balanced truly island. Without healthy pollinators, the industry could collapse. It's a reminder that almond farming isn't just about machines and soil science, it's also about working in harmony with nature. From planting to pruning, from fertilizing to pollinating, every step is deliberate, every detail matters. This careful stewardship ensures that when harvest season arrives, the orchards will be heavy with the world's most popular tree nut. While almond trees require constant care, one of the most persistent threats comes not from drought or disease, but from the ground. Meet the California ground squirrel, a rodent that has become one of the most destructive pests in American orchards. At first glance, these animals may seem harmless, scurrying across fields or poking their heads out of burrows. But beneath the surface, they wreak havoc. Squirrels gnaw at young tree bark and roots, killing young trees before they can mature. Their tunnels destabilize the soil, destroying entire rows of trees. Even advanced drip irrigation systems are no safe bet. Squirrels chew through plastic pipes, cutting off water supplies to entire orchards. The numbers are staggering. According to agricultural reports, a single squirrel colony can cost a farm $20,000 to $30,000 per season. Multiply that across California's vast almond belt, and we're talking millions of dollars lost to growers each year. No wonder farmers describe them as a silent army that's gnawing away at their livelihoods. So, how do growers fight back? The answer is persistence and strategy. Physical barriers. Some farmers install heavy wire mesh around the base of young trees or even fence off entire plots. This is expensive, but it protects the most vulnerable seedlings. Traps and baits. Mechanical traps, as well as carefully managed bait stations, are placed along active burrow systems. Farmers constantly monitor populations to keep them in check. Natural predators. Many orchards are now home to barn owls, the most effective rodent predator in the wild. Nest boxes are installed on poles throughout the fields, encouraging owls to settle and eat squirrels. A single owl family can consume hundreds of rodents in a season. Direct hunting. On some farms, ground squirrels are controlled through organized shooting days or with specialized air guns. It may sound old-fashioned, but when squirrel populations spike, this is an effective way to relieve immediate pressure. Integrated pest management, IPM. The most sustainable strategy combines all of these methods: fencing, trapping, predators, and occasional chemicals into a coordinated system. This reduces reliance on poisons, protects non-target wildlife, and reduces squirrel populations by 60 to 70%. Beyond the tools, there's the mindset. Farmers know this isn't a one-time battle. It's a year-round vigilance. Each new burrow discovered in the orchard is a sign that quick action is needed before the damage spreads. What makes the fight against ground squirrels so compelling is that it's not just about saving crops, it's about balance. Farmers must protect their livelihoods without upsetting the ecosystem. By bringing owls into the fight, using targeted trapping, and limiting chemicals, they show that even in modern agriculture, solutions can still respect nature while protecting it. The next time you enjoy an almond, remember this silent struggle. That crunchy nut is not just a product of sun, soil, and water, but also the daily battle farmers wage against one of California's most persistent pests. After months of careful tending, harvest arrives with the first sign of hull split the moment almond hulls open and the kernels are ready. The window is short and precious. Heat, wind, or a surprise shower can change everything. Crews roll in at dawn when trees are coolest and the bark is less stressed. The stars of the season are tree shakers. Each machine grips the trunk with a padded clamp and delivers a powerful, controlled shake for a few seconds. In a burst, thousands of almonds rain down, drumming on the soil and carpeting the middles between rows. It's loud, dusty, and thrilling months of irrigation, pruning, and pollination turning into a visible rolling wave of crop. Next comes a mechanical sweeper moves through the orchard, blowing leaves and twigs aside while gathering nuts into clean, linear rows. Keeping debris out is critical for food safety and for the machines that follow. In dry weather, nuts are left on the orchard floor briefly to finish drying sun and warm air tightening the shell and stabilizing the kernel for storage. With moisture right where growers want it, pickup machines collect the windrows and feed them into trailers. Every pass is watched closely. Operators scan for foreign material, while ground crews spot check for quality and look for areas that need a second sweep. Timing is choreography: shake, sweep, windrow, pickup, sequence, so equipment is always moving but dust and traffic stay under control. Harvest is equal parts horsepower and judgment. Crews track forecasts, pause for unexpected gusts, and adjust routes to avoid soft soil or low spots that hold humidity. Where ground squirrels have tunneled, operators slow down to prevent equipment damage and to keep rows even for the pickup heads. By the last load of the day, trailers brim with the season's effort. The orchard quiets, but the journey isn't over. Ahead lies a world of stainless steel, optical sensors, and strict safety checks the factory floor, where raw almonds are transformed into the clean, uniform product headed for kitchens across America and beyond. After the orchards are cleared, millions of pounds of almonds head straight to California's processing plants. These facilities are enormous, some capable of handling over 1 million pounds of nuts in a single day. Inside, the raw harvest is transformed into clean, safe, and ready-to-eat products. The journey begins with shelling. Conveyors feed the almonds into giant rotating machines that break off the dry outer shell. Powerful air blowers sweep away leaves, twigs, and dust. The challenge is to crack the shell without crushing the delicate kernel inside. Once shelled, the nuts are sifted on vibrating screens, while magnets and air currents remove any shells or stones. Nothing goes to waste. Farmers sell the shells as nutritious animal feed, turning what would have been waste into something valuable. Now comes cleaning and sorting. High-speed optical scanners, using cameras and lasers, scan every single nut. They detect defects like dark spots or insect damage and blast flawed kernels off the line with puffs of air. This level of precision means only the best almonds move forward. It's not unusual for a facility to scan more than 2 million kernels per hour. Quality checks are rigorous. Moisture must be kept at around 4–6% to prevent mold. And since 2007, all almonds sold in the U.S. must be pasteurized. Steam or dry heat treatments kill harmful bacteria while preserving that sweet crunch. Every batch is logged and tested to meet strict USDA and international food safety standards. Finally, almonds are graded and packaged. Large, flawless nonpareil kernels are bagged for snacks, while smaller or broken pieces become almond flour, butter, or ingredients for chocolate and cereal. Even the skins find new life in health foods, and hulls power renewable energy. In addition, almonds are made into milk by roasting them lightly, then soaking them in water until soft, grinding them finely and mixing them with clean water to release their flavor and nutrients. The mixture is filtered to remove the pulp, sterilized safely and packaged in a box, creating smooth, rich, healthy almond milk. From the roar of hulling machines to the flash of laser sorters, the factory is where raw almonds get their final polish. By the time they leave in sealed cartons or resealable bags, they're no longer just farm produce, they're a global product, ready to travel across oceans. Almonds are more than just nuts. They are a model for modern agriculture. Grown primarily in California on more than 1 million acres, almonds produce about 3.6 billion pounds a year and support entire towns, employing farmers and mechanics, beekeepers and truck drivers, plant operators, and food safety teams. Almonds are also a nutritional story. They provide plant protein, fiber, vitamin E, and unsaturated fats in a stable, healthy form. Drip irrigation, soil monitoring, and moisture targets are part of a long-term effort to produce more with less. Pest pressure, including ground squirrels, is controlled with integrated strategies that combine barriers, habitat management, trapping, and natural predators beneficial, measurable, and considerate of wildlife. Almonds are a circular economy in motion. Almond hulls are used as animal feed. Almond hulls are used as bedding or bioenergy. Almond hulls enrich grain, and data from each shipment helps make better decisions for the next crop. Globally, almonds are easily transported and represent American agriculture abroad. Consistent quality, traceable supply, rigorous safety standards. That reliability strengthens exports and stabilizes rural economies at home. So what do almonds represent? Nutrition you can trust, innovation you can measure, and a network of people who balance productivity with care for the land and wildlife. That's the big picture behind a simple, crunchy bite.